Meghan meltdown after Epstein assistant's email names her. William forces King Charles to act now. Recently, an old email has popped up online, and some headlines have linked it to big royal names. Today, we are not taking sides. Instead, we'll look clearly at what is known, what is not confirmed, and why context matters when stories spread fast. Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about how an email from years ago has shown up again, why it is getting attention, and how big stories can grow online. By the end, you'll understand how leaks and emails can be misunderstood, why media coverage sometimes looks different from what actually happened, and how to check information before believing it. So stay with me, and if you're curious about how facts and rumors mix in today's news, you'll find this useful. 1. What happened? Very simple overview. A message, sometimes called an email, has recently surfaced online, attracting attention from social media and news outlets. Some people suggest that it involves past events and mentions well-known public figures. Because of this, many headlines have quickly circulated, making it seem like there's a big story. However, it's important to remember that just because something is shared widely doesn't mean it's fully confirmed or understood. At this moment, there are no official public statements verifying that this email proves anything about the individuals mentioned. What we do know, based on reliable sources, is fairly limited. First, the email itself is real, it exists and has been documented. Second, it has been shared widely on social media, which naturally increases public curiosity and speculation. Third, some parties and observers are talking about the email, discussing its potential significance and trying to interpret what it could mean. Here's the key point. Sharing a message is not the same as proving what it actually means. Emails can easily be misunderstood, taken out of context, or sometimes not properly authenticated. Without additional confirmation, we cannot assume the contents are accurate or represent the full picture. We are not claiming that the story is false. Rather, we are saying that at this time, it is not confirmed by official sources. That's why it's crucial to examine the situation slowly and carefully, to separate what is known from what is speculation, and to avoid jumping to conclusions based on partial information. 2. Why emails and leaks become big stories. Sometimes, messages from the past resurface, and this can happen for several reasons. A reporter might discover an old email, someone might post it on social media, or it could appear as part of a legal case or investigation. Once a message becomes public, people naturally start speculating about its meaning. And in today's world, guesses can spread extremely fast. Here's a simple example to illustrate this. Imagine someone finds a note that's 10 years old tucked away in a drawer. They share it online but don't explain the full context. People who see it may try to fill in the missing details themselves. Some guesses could be accurate, while others might be completely wrong. Before long, multiple versions of the same story can circulate, each slightly different from the others. That's why it's important to pause and ask some key questions. Who actually wrote the message? When was it written? Has anyone involved confirmed it? Can the content be verified as accurate? Without clear answers to these questions, the message might be interesting or even surprising, but it cannot be treated as confirmed truth. By taking a careful, thoughtful approach, we can avoid spreading misinformation and better understand the real story behind old messages. Context matters more than speed. 3. How media and headlines work. Headlines are designed to grab attention. That is their job. But sometimes headlines can leave out nuance. A headline might say, "Email mentions famous names," but the body of the article might explain that the mention was indirect, unclear, or unverified. Here's a simple way to think about it. A headline is like a movie trailer. It shows the most dramatic parts, but it doesn't tell you the full story. A calm reader will check. Did the article include direct quotes? Did it show the actual email? Are there reliable sources? Has any official party responded? This careful approach helps people avoid jumping to conclusions based on a catchy title alone. 4. How rumors affect public figures. When messages about famous people circulate, they can affect reputations, even if they're not confirmed. Being in the public means every suggestion gets attention. But it also means Rumors spread faster. Details can be taken out of context. Misinformation can stick even if corrected later. During such times, public figures may avoid commenting to protect privacy, have their teams issue official statements, or sometimes correct the record when needed. For viewers, this means we should look for official confirmations, not just social media posts or trending clips. Remember, people can be mentioned in a message without it being proof of anything. Words and context matter. 5. How to evaluate information yourself. Here are 5 simple steps you can take whenever you see a breaking story online. 1. Check reliable news sources. Look for coverage from well-known journalists and established outlets. 2. Look for official statements. Has anyone involved confirmed or denied the claim publicly? 3. Read beyond the headline. Headlines are short, the full article gives more context. 4. Check the date. Sometimes old stories resurface with new spins. 5. Ask, is this verified? Verified means confirmed by multiple trusted sources. Here's a quick example. If a message says, Person X was involved in Y, ask, who confirms this? Is the message real? Can the context be checked? This isn't hard, it just takes a moment of pause before sharing or believing something. What do you do when you see a headline that surprises you? Do you check multiple news sources? Or do you scroll first and ask questions later? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear how you handle viral stories. 7. Why this matters. In today's world, we have more access to information than ever before. That's good. But it also means rumors can spread fast, misinformation can feel real, and people can form strong opinions without full facts. By learning to slow down and ask good questions, we protect ourselves from being misled. We also treat others more fairly, especially when stories involve private or public lives. Understanding context isn't just for news junkies. It helps in everyday life, from school to work to conversations with friends. And it helps communities stay informed without unnecessary conflict. Final thought. So, to sum up, we have seen that an email has received renewed attention online. At this time, there is no official confirmation that it proves any specific claim about any individual. That doesn't make it uninteresting, but it does mean we need to be careful about what we believe and share. Facts and claims are different. Headlines and nuances are different. And questions are always okay. If you want to stay informed in a thoughtful, healthy way, always check sources and stay curious, not just reactive. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more videos that help you think clearly about the news, hit like and subscribe. And if you're curious about how facts and misinformation spread online, watch our next video right here.